A lot of buyers assume that when one builder opens 4 model homes in the very same community, that they're simply looking at 4 different sizes of kind of the same house. But that's not what's happening here. These models range from a straightforward 4-bedroom home designed around value, all the way up to a large multi-generational floor plan with a private living suite and the 3-car garage. So today we're going to tour all 4, compare what you're actually getting as you move up the lineup, and later I'll show you where the pricing begins, because the difference between the least and the most expensive model may be larger than you expect. Today we're back inside Oakfield Trails in Parrish, and the builder that we're concentrating on today is DR Horton, one of the last to enter the subdivision. Now, if you've watched my earlier Oakfield videos, you already know that this isn't the same as Oakfield Lakes across the road. Oakfield Trails is the more amenity-driven side of the community, with a wider range of builders, floor plans, lot sizes, and price points as well. So DR Horton has brought both its Express and Tradition series here, offering 15 floor plans, ranging from approximately 1,500 square feet to nearly 4,000 square feet. So today we're narrowing that down to the 4 furnished models. We're going to begin with the Cali because it gives us a familiar baseline that we've seen before. So here's the very popular and still very affordable Cali. It's a 4-bedroom, 1828 under air. It has a really nice look, really nice balanced look to the front of it. Of course, you will get a full driveway as we are in the model area, but let's take a look. So just inside the foyer, really nice long deep hallway. We've got a coat closet. To my right, you've got 2 bedrooms. The front with lots of natural light. You've got your adjoining bath right here. Very good. And a second bedroom right at front. So the youngest in the house gets this one probably, because that would be the smallest. Now, just coming in, that's where your 2-car garage enters. Got your laundry room, got a nice big space here. And then we have over in this one, which is another full bedroom shown as a office den. But this is what makes it, yes, another bedroom. I'll show you what that closet looks like. So not too bad, goes all the way back deep in there. But gives you that option, and I like the fact that they show it with the office space, because it's kind of tucked back here in the central part of the home. Now, as we enter the great room with the kitchen, dining, living area, white cabinets are still in style. We've got a really nice long island here. You got your corner pantry. I love those. You know that if you've been watching. Got your dining area with the sliders, and then you've got this. So tucked back here, there's your living area. Windows for great views, especially when you got lake views like these. And nice and open to the primary bedroom. So back here is your primary, shown with a king-size bed, chair, everything that give you kind of a dimension size. The double sinks, the shower. Ask me about that. We can maybe get you some shower doors, folks. Let's upgrade. Here is the primary closet. And you've got a little extra in this one. That's what's nice about the Cali. You can always use a little extra. Heck, let me look at that again. That's way big enough for him. He shouldn't complain. At least he gets his clothes in his bedroom. My first house, I think it took me 2 houses before I actually got my clothes in the master bedroom. So there you have it, the Cali. It's a popular one. The Cali remains popular because it's simple and efficient. You get 4 bedrooms and a single-story design without much wasted space. The main trade-off is that the secondary bedrooms share 1 bathroom, but as we compare these 4 models, the Cali gives us a strong middle ground between affordability and usable space. Now, if this is your first time on our channel, make sure you subscribe, because we cover everything from new construction, neighborhoods, builders, and everything you need to know about living here on Florida's Suncoast. My name is Rovnak, and every day we get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you looking to make a smooth move to sunny Sarasota and the surrounding Suncoast. Our second model is the Harper, and this comparison is a little bit more interesting than it might actually appear on paper because it's actually smaller than the Cali. And that means we're not simply climbing a ladder where every new model gives us more space. We have to look at how the square footage is distributed, how each home feels in person, and whether the lower entry price makes the Harper a little stronger overall value. Now here is the Harper, and this one's $1,665 under air, but you're still getting the 4 bedrooms. And you're getting 2-car garages. Actually, some of these places are down to 1 cars. They're trying to fit today's pricing. Let's head on in. So just inside your entry hallway, to the right is how you get in the house from the garage. And I like that it's kind of separated from that, so it's not coming right into the hallway. Your laundry's right here to the front as well. You can often keep those doors closed if you don't want people peeking into your laundry when they come into the house. Pretty much all these had nice ample size islands. I like that. There's your full kitchen, of course your corner pantry. Lots of natural light, and I kind of like the fact that they didn't do double sliders here. You got a simple door and a simple lanai. Not anything special. It's actually kind of limited, so you might want to go out. But that is the floor plan. That is the model here. So coming from the other side, this kind of gives you a view of if you're sitting here at your living room, talking to somebody in the kitchen, that's going to be your views. So just around the corner here, we're going to take a look at that. Here is your second bedroom. They've good placement for that window. Lots of light. So pretty typical of what we're seeing in these floor plans with the backsplash, the solid backsplash in this particular neighborhood. There's your third bedroom. There's your fourth bedroom. So everybody gets a bedroom, but where is that primary? Well, we did pass it along the way, so that was stuck back here. I'm going to show you where that is. So right in the central part of the home, it's a little different. Just past this hallway closet, here is your primary. So you've got windows on both sides. And here is going to be your closetry. So king size beds, good size room. Kind of different though. Here's your shower, double sinks, and throne room. But when I say it's kind of different though, I don't often see the primary right in the center of the house. So what do you think about that, folks? Put it in the comments. Have you ever seen the primary right in the center of the house? Kind of different. Let me know what you think. I'm not sure if I'm loving that or if that, when you had small kids, that kind of works better because you're right there. But I'm not sure. Let me know what you think. The Harper gives you the same 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom count as the Cali, but in a smaller footprint. The rooms feel a little tighter, but so does the starting price. So the decision between these first two models really comes down to whether Cali's additional space is worth the difference in the monthly payment. Before we move to those two larger models, let's talk about why Oakfield Trails is attracting so many builders. The broader Oakfield development consists of Oakfield Lakes and Oakfield Trails, connected through trails and community gathering spaces. So Oakfield Trails currently includes builders such as Pulte, Homes by West Bay, Ashton Woods, Meritage, and now DR Horton. And next week, I'm going to introduce you to another new option coming into the picture. That's Stanley Martin Homes. Now, one of the biggest selling points in Oakfield Trails will be the Harvest Club. This is planned as a private social club with a zero-entry resort-style pool and slide tower, poolside food and beverage service, a fitness center, group fitness studio, outdoor yoga lawn, 6 pickleball courts, 2 tennis courts, bocce, a natural playground, and the Grand Oak Hall with its own clubhouse restaurant. So there'll also be a lifestyle manager coordinating events throughout the year And that's far beyond the basic pool and playground amenity package that we see in many new communities. But you do need to understand the financial side. The Harvest Club is separate from the HOA, and membership is mandatory for some homes, with additional fees and dues. Those charges can vary, so this is something that we'll verify in writing for the exact home and section that you're considering. An amenity package can add real lifestyle value, but only if you understand the full monthly cost and believe that you'll actually use what you're paying for. Now, let's take a significant step up to the Coral. On paper, it gives us nearly 1,000 additional square feet compared with the Cali. But the bigger difference is what the second story allows the plan to do. Do you have a growing family, or maybe your family is really grown? This might be a good option for you. This is the Coral, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2756 under air. We've got the pavers, some stonework in the front, a little bit of shading in the front here. Only thing is it shades those windows, but not much to sit out. That's one thing I would say drawback, but let's head in. So just inside your foyer, to my left, you've got a nice office. This one's framed really nicely with those 2 front windows. A good space, good size actually. There's where you come in from your 2-car garage. Here is your main great room. So a whole bank of windows right there and triple slider. So if you've got great views like this one off the lake, that's really nice. A nice, good size. You got, see, 3 chairs there for this island. All the appliances come with it, including down to the washer and dryer. Gonna peek in and see that corner pantry. Here's your dining area right off of there. Let's go peek at that. I want to give you a view for if you're working or entertaining here at the kitchen island. So as you can see, they've got it staged with a table so you can look. There is your covered lanai. And they do have a bedroom here on the first floor, which is really nice. Sold many of these because they've had elderly parents or an older parent living there, and they have their own bathroom down on the first floor. That really works for a lot of people because stairs can be an issue. And did I see a staircase closet? I never. Well, they didn't go deep on this one, so curious what they did with the extra space in there. But I love extra closetry. Let's head on upstairs. So because you've got that big family, they're going to need a second living area, and this one does this justice. 3 large windows, lots of natural light. I like these views out the front window, and show you the whole upstairs. Now down the hallway, you've got a couple closets. Here's going to be your laundry room. They brought in a window for natural light there. Somebody just had a baby. Congratulations. This is kind of nice. They got a little corner niche here. Guessing we've got another coat closet, another extra closet. So tucked back here, it's going to be your primary. Some nice windows here. Natural light. Let's take a look at the closet. There you go. And it's an ensuite, of course. A good size. Throne room. And we have a second closet. So I was thinking that might be a little bit scarce there on the closetry, but nope, this one adds, she can get this one. So 2 counters, you still get your soaking tub, beautiful view, and your shower towel backsplash. So now that's making sense. So there's 2 closets in here. Good job. And then we're going to head back out to the main area, and just around the corner, what do we have here? You thought you had one. There's a second bath right there, and the second bedroom here. So this is kind of nice. Even possibility of making this a suite if you wanted to put the doorway here. They've left that open so people using the upstairs can use that bathroom, but
Just the thought, another possible idea. Let's head back downstairs for a second. So once again, you're getting the 4 bedrooms. You got 1 downstairs, 3 upstairs, and you also have that office. So that's where it all comes together. We're going to show you the pricing. Towards the end, we're going to go over all the pricing for all the ones that I'm going to show you today. So stay tuned.
The Coral is a major step up from the Harper in Cali. The upstairs loft, additional bathroom, and downstairs bedroom create more separation and flexibility rather than simply just adding square footage. The bigger question is whether you want a 2-story home and whether the additional spaces justify that jump in price. Our final model is the Camden, and this is the one that changes the conversation. What separates it isn't merely just the size. It includes a multi-generational living area with its own bedroom, bathroom, and living space, and additional privacy, while still keeping the entire home on one level.
So here is another big bopper, another big house. This is the Camden, and this is all single story, and it really flows very nicely. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, 2787 under air. Let's go take a look inside. So just inside the foyer, they got a nice little bump out here. I'm not going to go to the left because that might confuse you, but that's where your 3-car garage is going to be. And right up front, they've got a nice bedroom. Christian's pretending to work. But you have this little Jack and Jill. So this is nice, and I love the fact that they've put the toilet and tub behind the door so people can still brush their teeth and do what they need to do. But as you can see, these rooms both use that adjacent. And then back out to the hallway, it really opens up. You've got more of a formal dining room. We need support, so we got to have some pillars in the house, but it is pretty wide open. You can get the cove ceilings, you can see all that. Really nice sized kitchen, and whoa, that's your really good size as I go all around it. Island. So here's the views from your kitchen. Once again, you've got another eating area. They do have a full-size specific set-aside dining room. Once again, you can get these cove ceilings. Triple windows. I think this is really attractive right here. This one's quite deep. You've got your soaking tub. You got natural light. You've got your shower. And of course, a long vanity with 2 sinks. And into your really long primary closet. So this is the Camden, as I mentioned, all on one story. A lot of people like this because it's wide. There's a different feeling. Definitely larger. And let me show you this lanai. All under truss. You got a little extra space there, as you should with the size of the house. And lastly, we're going to peek in here to this portion of the house. This gives you a whole different space. So notice, this is a flex room. So if you got that older parent living with you, you can make a little small kitchen, living area, and right here adjoining their bedroom, really good sized closet, and of course a bathroom. So this is what we call multi-generational. This is a great idea, and this is one of the few places that I see it where it's nice and affordable. So if grandma, mother-in-law, whoever she might be, comes to live with you, you've got it made. And there's your powder room, and then also a really kind of good sized laundry area as well. So lots of space. Need extra space. The Camden is where it's at.
What I'd evaluate carefully is whether you need the dedicated suite, at least enough to pay for it. The Camden uses a significant amount of square footage to create that separation and privacy. And if that solves a genuine household need, it can be far more practical than buying a home with an extra bonus room that doesn't really function independently and trying to convert it into something it's not. If you don't need that separation, another plan could potentially give you a larger central living area or a better outdoor living arrangement for the similar money. So let's get to that pricing. At the time of filming, DR Horton's published starting prices placed the Harper at approximately $323,000, the Cali approximately $361,000, the Coral at approximately $419,000, and the Camden at approximately $491,000. That creates a spread of roughly $168,000 between the smallest model and the multi-generational Camden, before lot premiums, structural choices, and design selections, and the closing costs. Current inventory pricing and builder incentives can change that comparison considerably, so the base price should be treated as a starting point, not the final number. Now, you'll also need to account for Oakfield Trails' HOA, the CDD assessment, and any required Harvest Club initiation fee, and those ongoing membership dues. These amounts can vary by section, home site, and the builder. So I'm not going to give you just one blanket number that may not apply to the home that you're considering. So before signing anything, we'll get the current fee sheet, identify every reoccurring charge, and calculate the realistic monthly ownership cost. My overall takeaway is that DR Horton has created a surprisingly wide range here. The Harper and Cali concentrate on a practical 4-bedroom with value. The Coral adds significantly more living space and a lot more separation. And the Camden offers a legitimate multi-generational setup without requiring a 2-story home. And the best deal, it isn't automatically the least expensive home or the largest home. It's the floor plan that uses your money in the places that you're going to notice it every single day. And DR Horton, it's only one part of this Oakfield Trails story. We've already covered a bunch, and next week we're going to look at Stanley Martin, another builder entering this community, and we'll evaluate how its homes, designs, and pricing compare with what we toured today. If you're thinking about buying a new home anywhere in Parrish, Sarasota, or Manatee counties, don't walk into that sales center without your own representation. We are the New Home Gurus, your one-stop new home shop. From finding the right community and comparing to builders to helping you negotiate the best opportunity and the best deal on your next new home. I even wrote the book on buying and negotiating new construction. So just call, text, or email, or you can schedule a free Zoom call so we can get all your questions answered. For living and buying in Sarasota, I'm Rovnak. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.